Hey Brett, you posted this video like in late December. I never actually got around to making a video response to it. I think it was you posted it actually before I ever got a webcam. But it was one of the videos that influenced me to go out and get one, so it's your fault. It's all your fault. Question number one. Would I prefer if a God existed? Nah. Well, not the Christian God, that's for sure. Uh, mm, no, you know what? None of them are any really good. So, no, none of them are good. If God is proven, would you do anything for it? Well, if God is proven, that's huge. That'd be a huge thing. God's, proven, present, interacting with everybody. I don't know how you would, you know what? Maybe I would. Maybe if God really existed, and we still had free will, and He told me to do something that I completely would be against, then I'd probably deny Him and then suffer the consequences. But that's just how I am. I think free will's an illusion anyway, but that's besides the point. Who has the more valuable life, a 5-year-old or a 50-year-old? Well, 50-year-old's not that old anymore. 50-year-old's still got a lot of stuff to do. 5-year-old is potentially full of potential. That's such an unfair question. I don't have enough information to base that off of. It could be a 50-year-old genius or a 50-year-old idiot, and a 5-year-old genius or a 5-year-old idiot. And they're not equal. So I don't have enough information to base a judgment on that. What would it take for me to believe in a God? Oh, I don't know. Let's see, a burning bush that talked to me but wasn't consumed by fire. I'd need maybe 5 or more witnesses to convince me that I wasn't hallucinating. Physical evidence afterward that what I experienced was in fact happening. Probably some media coverage would be good if there were reporters on the scene as I was talking to the burning bush that wasn't being consumed by fire. If he could stick around for some question and answer periods, that'd be good too. Have I done anything altruistic? Yeah, especially when it comes to little animals. Even like turtles. The turtles aren't especially cute, but I just get it's not, I'm not being selfless. I get an emotional reward for being kind or helping little things. So yeah, that would be altruistic. I just enjoy doing it. To people, I'm not sure if I'm as altruistic. To children, sure, but to adults, usually not, unless they're sincere. Most of the time, people are trying to take advantage of you, but you know what? That's not true. That's unfair. Maybe I'm a bit jaded. You know what? If someone really needs your help, and you can help them, then yeah, do it. So yeah, I do that kind of stuff. Would I take an immortal pill? Well, sure. I mean, how else am I going to see, traveling between the stars or intelligent robots? That's not coming in the next 20 years. And damn it, all that stuff I read in science fiction books, I want to see it. It's important to me. Of course, I'd take it. Just as long as I could commit seppuku later when I wanted to die. Would I sacrifice a 2-year-old child to burn in hell in my place? No, I couldn't do it. The guilt would haunt me for eternity. Well, not eternity, but as long as my natural life. But maybe it would be eternity, because if hell existed, then I'm assuming that heaven would exist too. So yeah, the guilt would haunt me for eternity. So no, I couldn't do it. I would sacrifice myself to save the 2-year-old child. There's nothing high and mighty about that. That would just be my initial emotional response. If you had to follow a man-made god, which one? There's a couple of cool ones. The Greeks had some cool ones. The Norse had some cool. Thor. He's got a cool helmet and a cooler hammer, and he's in Marvel Comics. So, Thor would be it. Should a god be held to its own principles and rules? Well, yeah. Do I even have to explain that one? Because to not do that would be hypocrisy. You can't have a hypocritical god. What the hell is that? That's not worth worshipping. Do I hate God and the religious? No, I don't hate God and the religious. In order to hate something, you have to admit that it exists, and I seriously doubt that the Christian God exists in any form. Even a deist form of God exists. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So I can't hate that. It's imaginary. Do I hate the religious? No, I mostly pity the religious. People like Ted Haggard, though, I think I can hate them. But most of the time I'm just disgusted. That's not hate. That's something else. Are agnostics honest in their position? Yes, I do think they are honest in their position. I made a video previously explaining why. I was in an agnostic state myself once until I made the jump to atheism. I think the desire for there to be a God is underlying the emotional desire to have a supernatural parent figure, and it's also more socially acceptable. It's initially more acceptable to theists to say that you're agnostic, that you don't know. It'd be like, oh, well, he's just, lost his way, we can help him. But atheists clearly are being controlled by Satan, so they're obviously the enemy, where agnostics are just confused. So I understand why an agnostic would be that way. I don't think it's for logical reasons, I think it's for emotional reasons, but that doesn't make it any less honest. Could I slay baby Hitler and prevent the Holocaust? I would like to think that I could, if I knew full well what the consequences of his actions were. I would like to think that I could. But, like an episode of The Twilight Zone, I'm certain that altering the timeline like that might have worse consequences than letting the horror that was the Holocaust unfold. If I could be assured that it wouldn't be worse than the Holocaust, then I'm pretty sure that I could do it. It wouldn't be easy to kill a child. But if I knew full well what he was going to do when he was an adult, I think that I would be able to pull it off. And your bonus question about historical evidence of Jesus existing, I don't have anything concrete to tell you, but I will say that I've mentioned before that I came from a Jewish family, and Jesus was mentioned only once or twice in passing, and usually just by somebody in the some person who was curious about what the official Jewish stance on Jesus was, and at least two rabbis that we moved around, so we went to different congregations. At least two rabbis mentioned that there were records of somebody with a similar name about the right time. I think Yehoshua or something, as being recorded as one of the lower levels of rabbis for the temple, and whether that was the Jesus that's mentioned in the New Testament, or whether it's somebody totally unrelated, I don't know. doesn't matter. Yehoshua would be a very common name anyway. That would be Joshua. So if there were a couple of Joshuas running around at about the same time, it would make sense that there would be a couple of Joshua rabbis. So yeah, that's all I have to add.